Welcome to Affairs Crowd Learn to Lead Current Affair channel. This is Ashu, and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 24th of September 2020. You can see here are two important current affairs, and today we will discuss 4 to 5 very important current affairs of 24th of September. But before that, I want to discuss about Affairs Cloud subscription of our current affairs PDF. You can subscribe our current affairs PDF by visiting our website, that is Affairs Cloud /current affair, or you can directly go to the description box. By under the description box, there is a link. You can directly go to the, or you can directly visit the subscription page. What you will get in the subscription of current affairs, you will get daily current affairs, you will get the weekly current affairs, you will get weekly test, you will also get monthly PDF. And there are two very important things in the monthly PDF. That one is the banking, finance and economy PDF. This is very important for the IBPS students. It means they can revise or economy related current affairs from this PDF file. And there is a current affair pocket PDF who want to revise before the exam, and it is very easy to revise from the pocket PDF. That's the name suggests, that is the pocket PDF. It means you can carry in your pockets. That's why there is a name of the pocket PDF. These current affairs are available in Hindi as well as in English, and all these comes under only one subscription. And this subscription is provided at a very minimal cost, and on that minimal cost I am giving you 10% extra discount, and you can use my code, that is ASH10, and get that 10% extra discounts. So let's start today's news of the 24th September, and here is our first question, and mark under most important question. First question is most important question. Which state government started Moksh Kalash Yojana 2020? This is very important. And what comes under this scheme? It allows free bus travel, that is the free bus travel, to two members of a family to immerse ashes of their loved ones in the river Ganga in Haridwar, so that they can immerse ashes of their loved ones in the river Ganga in Haridwar. So it will be, you can say, run by State Road Transport Corporation of Rajasthan. It means the state Rajasthan started this scheme, that is the Moksh Kalash Yojana 2020. You can see here Ashok Gehlot ji, that is Chief Minister of Rajasthan, approves Moksh Kalash Yojana 2020. You can see here it allows free bus travel to two members of a family to immerse ashes on their loved ones in the river Ganga in Haridwar. That is in Uttarakhand state. Rajasthan State Road Transport Corporation will run this scheme, road transport department, because it is a bus travel, free bus travel. That's why it is run by the State Road Transport Corporation. The expenses will be borne by the Devasthan department, that is the Rajasthan government. But this scheme is not for the all the citizens of the Rajasthan. This is only for the scheme for which are not paying any income tax, and not for the government employees. It means except these two categories, this scheme is for the everyone. So Rajasthan is very important. I already told you who is the chief minister, that is the Ashok Gehlot, and there is a dispute between the Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, that was the deputy chief minister of the Rajasthan. It is very important if you are learning the national parks. That is the one is the Desert National Park. Next is Kaladiogana National Park there. Ranthambore National Park also there. Sariska Tiger Reserve also there. Sariska Tiger Reserve, Ranthambore, Kaladiogana, and the Desert National Park. So who is the governor of the Rajasthan? That is Kalraj Mishra ji. Kalraj Mishra ji is governor of Rajasthan. There is a one salty lake in the Rajasthan, that is the Sambar Lake. There is a river, that is the Luni River. It is also salty river and salty lake also. So moving to our next question, and our next question is, India and which country began joint security patrol along border in Kapilavastu district? Now I think you all learn about Kapilavastu district. That is the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. It means the Mahatma Buddha. Mahatma Buddha birthplace is the Kapilavastu, that is in the Lumbini, and Lumbini is in which country? That is in Nepal. So answer is Nepal. It means India and Nepal began joint security patrol along border in Kapilavastu district. Now, this news you can mark under the important section if you are talking about the international relation, that is about Nepal and India. The patrol has been started with a motive to control the spread of COVID-19. It means to control the COVID-19 situation, there is a patrolling on the border area. and it also keep in check the legal cross-border activities at the Nepal-India border. That is again very important. So it means there are two things, that is just to control the spread of COVID-19 and to check the illegal cross-border activities in the Nepal-India border. So this news is related to the India-Nepal relations. So who are preparing the international relations, then they can note this news. This is very important on the point of view of Kapilavastu district. And what about Nepal? Nepal Prime Minister is KP Sharma Oli and capital is Kathmandu. Move on to the next question. You can see here Nepal and Indian begin patrolling. And next question is, India and which country unveiled a dedicated website for all information related to educational projects? But these projects are all not related to the educational project. It means those educational projects which are related to the post-earthquake reconstruction of Nepal. It means you can say it is the post-earthquake reconstruction of education sector projects in the Nepal. So it comes under the Indian government post-earthquake reconstruction initiative in Nepal, which was started by Indian government so that they can reconstruct the educational institutions, or you can say educational projects which are affected under the post-earthquake effect. It means it is like an infrastructure development of educational projects which are destructed due to earthquake. So this is very important that it is again related to Nepal. So there is a website launched by the government that is known as GOI CBRI Nepal. So GOI stand for the Government of India. Nepal, you all know, it means Government of India and Nepal. What is the meaning of the CBRI? CBRI stand for the Central Building Research Institute, who will initiate this project in the Nepal. So there is a website. You can know your status of educational projects. You can know what is the pending projects under the educational projects, and you can also check how many projects are pending under the India Nepal projects under the this reconstruction development. So it is India and Nepal. So it is related to the education post earthquake reconstruction initiative in the education sector. So it is India and Nepal. So you can simply say India is helping Nepal to reconstruct the educational sector. Now, next question, again, it is for the international students. India inked MOU with which country to collaborate in tech innovation and startups? It means both the countries, that is India and the country out of the four, want to improve the startup status in their countries, and they also want to increase the entrepreneurship level in their country. And the country is, yes. So basically, from Indian side, the agreement was signed by iCreate organization. Now, what is iCreate? iCreate stands for India's International Center for Entrepreneurship and Technology. This is the meaning of the iCreate. And from the side of Israel, now the country is Israel. From the side of Israel, there is a company named Startup National Center. Startup National Central. So both the you can organizations tie up for the tech innovation and the startup. So it is simple news that India and Israel signed for increasing the startup ideas, or you can say increasing the entrepreneurship level of both the countries. So moving to the next question, and what about Israel? Israel capital is Jerusalem and the currency is the Israeli shekel. Israeli shekel, SHEKEL, and president is Ruvi Rivlin. Ruvi Rivlin. RUVIRIVLIN, Ruvi Rivlin. So remember that is the about Israel. Moving to next question, and it is from picture that Bajaj Financial, it means Bajaj Financial organization enters health tech solution business. It means now they will provide the health services also. And it also launched, that is Arogya Care. So remember this, Arogya Care, CARE, Arogya Care. What is the Arogya Care? It will offer Arogya Care, an industry's first product providing preventive, personalized, prepaid healthcare packages. So by this, customers would be able to receive and maintain health records digitally, which would be integrated with the National Health IDs. Now, what are National Health IDs? National Health ID is an electronic repository of an health-related information of a person, created by using a person's basic detail, mobile number, or the Aadhaar card. It is a part of the National Digital Health Mission, so that there will be a ID generated and all the details related to your health will be stored under this ID. So just remember, Bajaj Financial now enters to the health tech solution business. It means they are just providing the cost effective health solutions. So just remember this. And what about the Bajaj Financial? Bajaj Financial chairman is the Sanjeev Bajaj. That is very important. Remember this. Sanjeev Bajaj, and headquarters is in Pune, Maharashtra. And what is the name of the chatbot of Bajaj Financial? That is Blue, BLU, because color of Bajaj Financial is blue. So remember this. Move on to next question. And NSE, that is the National Stock Exchange, signed a formal agreement with which country stock exchange in order to operationalize the NSE International Finance Service Center? It means both the stock exchange, that is the National Stock Exchange, and the country's stock exchange tie up for the NSE International Financial Service Center. So it is for the operationalization of National Stock Exchange International Financial Service Center, and the country is Singapore, that is SGX, that is the Singapore Stock Exchange. You can see in the image that NSE and SGX signed a pact to deepen liquidity of Nifty products in the GIFT City. What is the GIFT City? Yeah, I think you know about the GIFT City. GIFT City is the Gujarat International Financial Tech City, and GIFT City headquarters is in Gandhinagar. That is very important. Gandhinagar. It means both the stock exchanges tie up to invest maximum to maximum in the GIFT City, that is in the Gandhinagar. So there are 2 or 3 things. One is the National Stock Exchange, second is the Singapore Stock Exchange, and third is the Nifty. Nifty is the national index of the 50 companies. It means Nifty includes the 50 companies, and BSE includes the Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex. What is the meaning of Sensex? That is the sensitive index. It includes the 30 companies. So remember this also. And GIFT City, I already told you what is the meaning of the GIFT. GIFT means the Gujarat International Financial Tech City, and headquarters is in the Gandhinagar. So remember this also. Moving to our next question, there are 2 important things, that it is operationalized the NSE International Financial Service Center, SGX Connect. NSE IFSC. Now what is the IFSC? That is International Financial Service Center of National Stock Exchange, and SGX Connect unites international and Gujarat International Financial Tech City participants to create large liquidity pool for Nifty products in the GIFT City. I already told you both the stock exchanges will now invest in the GIFT City so that maximum to maximum liquidity can be generated under the Nifty products, that is the 50 companies products. Move on to next question. Who has honored with the prestigious Golden Pen of Freedom Award? And it is given to a journalist, and she is very renowned journalist. She is a Colombian journalist who was honored with the prestigious Golden Pen of the Freedom Award, an annual press freedom award of the World Association of News Publishers, that is also known as WAN IFRA. WAN IFRA. WAN stands for the World Association of Newspaper and the News Publishers. So this is the meaning of the WAN IFRA. And this award goes to Zenith Bedoya Lima. She is a Colombian journalist, and she was honored with this prestigious Golden Pen of Freedom Award by the World Association of News Publishers. So why she was awarded? She was awarded to her contribution towards promoting and protecting women's rights, and her courage to overcome her personal tragedy, which inspires other women across the globe. She also won very awards, like she was honored with the 2020 UNESCO Press Freedom Award. You can also remember that 2020 UNESCO Press Freedom Award. And she also won the Press Freedom Grand Prix Award in 2019. But you have to remember just 2020, I think it is in April, that she was honored with UNESCO Press Freedom Award. And she is working with the El Tiempo newspaper. El Tiempo, Tiempo, El Tiempo newspaper of the Colombia. And where is the headquarters of the World Association of Newspaper and News Publisher? The headquarters are in 2 places, that is in the Paris and the Frankfurt. It means in the France and the Germany. So remember this name, Zenith Bedoya Lima. You can remember JL, that is the Zenith Lima. Moving to next question, you can see her picture, that is the Zenith Lima. Next question is, who is appointed as the new administrator of Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank Limited? Mark under very important section. This question is very much important. And this bank was in news due to its bankruptcy, that is the Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank Limited. You have to tell me that who is the new administrator of this bank, and answer is very simple, that is the AK Dixit. A.K. Dixit. So remember, he's appointed as the new administrator. New administrator. Who is the CEO of this bank? Recently in September he was appointed, and it was Surinder Pal Singh Ram Singh. So remember this, Surinder Pal Singh Ram Singh, or you can directly say that Surinder Pal Ram Singh. So remember his name. He is the CEO, and A.K. Dixit is appointed as the new administrator. And A.K. Dixit replaced J.B. Boria. Otherwise, old one was the J.B. Boria. So remember, Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank, and headquarter, you all know that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So you can see his picture, that is A.K. Dixit, new administrator of PMC Bank. A.K. Dixit. Move to next question. Who is appointed as the regional ambassador for India for the United Nations Environment Program? Most important question mark under very important section, guys. She is just 17-year-old Surat girl, and she was appointed as the regional ambassador by the United Nations for the environmental programs. And her name is Khushi Chindalia. So remember her name, Khushi. Khushi means happiness. So Khushi Chindalia. Her interest in nature and conservation of environment and her conservation effort has helped Chindalia to bag the role of regional ambassador of United Nations Environmental Program. She started looking for ways to conserve nature when she saw the greenery around the area change into the concrete jungle. That's why there is a lot of deforestation around her area. That's why she motivated for the ways to conserve nature. Now she will motivate the Indian people, or you can say Indian citizens, for the environmental programs. Remember her name, that is the Khushi Chindalia. Moving to next question, and it is from picture. Alexander Lukashenko sworn as the president of Belarus. Remember his name, Alexander Lukashenko, sworn as the Belarus president. What is the capital of Belarus? Belarus capital is the Minsk. Remember this, Minsk, M-I-N-S-K. And president, I already told you, currency is the Belarusian ruble. Remember this, ruble is the also currency of the Belarus, because ruble is also used by the Russian Federation. That's why ruble, that is the Belarusian ruble. So it is used by the Belarus, and capital is the Minsk. And remember the name of the president, that is the Alexander Lukashenko. Move to next news, and it is very important, mark under important section. It can be asked in the IBPS exam. Ismail Toroama elected as the president of Bougainville. Now, where is Bougainville located? So first you have to see that where is Bougainville. You can see here is Australia, and this is Papua New Guinea, and this island is the Bougainville Island. Before 2019, it comes under the Papua New Guinea, but after 2019, it means in the December 2019, Bougainville become an independent country, you can say autonomous region of the Papua New Guinea. So remember this, it is now a independent country, and new president elected as the Ismail Toroama. So it is the first time that elections are taking place in the Bougainville, because it become independent in December 2019. That's why there is a first election, and who become the first elected president of the Bougainville, that is the Ismail Toroama. Because before 2019, you can say before December 2019, it comes under the Papua New Guinea. Now it is autonomous region. So remember the name, remember the picture, that is the Ismail Toroama. Moving to next news, and it is the what is the name of the aerial drone which is tested successfully from the interim test range Balasore, Odisha recently. Odisha is very important state, and name of this aerial drone is the Abhyas. You can see here Abhyas. Abhyas is the high speed extendable aerial target, that is also known as the HEAT. HEAT stands for the high speed expendable aerial target, and Abhyas is like a drone, that is like aerial vehicle, and can be used as a target for evaluation of various missile systems. It can also be used as a decoy aircraft. It means decoy aircraft means to draw an enemy away from a more important target. So you can say here, firstly it was tested in 2019, but now it is again tested. It means it is the second time that the target vehicle Abhyas was successfully tested. And it is developed by DRDO. You can remember this DRDO, that is the Defense Research and Development Organization. Who is the chairman of DRDO? That is very important. That is Dr. G. Satish Reddy, and headquarters is in New Delhi. Headquarters is in New Delhi. And I am talking about Odisha. Odisha is very important state, guys, because there is a Simlipal Biosphere Reserve, and there is a Bhitarkanika National Park. There is a Usha Koti National Park. There is a olive turtle protection program by the Odisha government, that is the Naveen Patnaik government. There is a Paradip port, that is the major port which is used for the imports, maximum used for the imports of the petrochemicals and the fertilizers. So there are 2 or 3 things are very important in the Odisha. So remember these all the things. Moving to next question, you can see here that is the like a drone shape, that is known as the Abhyas. It is developed by the DRDO. India's first commercial indigenously developed sonar dome to be mounted on which warship? Now, first of all, you have to know about what is the sonar dome. This is very important. All anti-submarine warfare ships have a sonar fitted to the ship structure below the waterline, which act as a ship underwater eyes and ears. It means underwater they can listen, they can see what is going on inside the water. Earlier, we are importing sonar drone from Germany and USA, but now it is Make in India structure, because it is India's first commercial indigenously means it is developed by the Indian government, or you can say it is a Goa based company that is known as the Kinco Limited. KINECO, Kinco Limited, that is a Goa based company for which Indian government provided subsidy to the Kinco company to develop this sonar dome. And it will be mounted on which warship? It is mounted on P-15 Alpha, which is deployed in Calcutta and the Visakhapatnam area. So just remember 1 or 2 things. That is India's first commercial indigenous dual sonar dome mounted on which warship? That is the P-15 Alpha, that is deployed in the Calcutta and the Visakhapatnam. Visakhapatnam is in Andhra Pradesh. You can see here that is the sonar dome underwater system, and this is the sensors of the sonar dome. And you can see here it is mounted in the P-15 Alpha warship. Now, next question is, which country will be the first country in the world to introduce climatic financial report? This is very important question, mark under very important section. Which country will be the first country in the world to introduce climatic financial reports? Many countries are working on the climatic financial report, but no country introduced itself. But now there is a country who introduced climatic financial report. Many countries like France, Britain, many European nations are working on this climatic financial report, but no country introduced this. So this is the first country who introduced climatic financial report. And this report is for the companies to tackle the climate crisis. And this country is the New Zealand. So remember, this country is the New Zealand. That is the first country who introduced climatic financial report. Just remember the news as I say. Move to next question. This is again the question, very important question, mark under very important section. And remember this as I say, which state launched Police Seva app to file complaint online? Very simple news that you can file the complaint online on the Police Seva app, and this is started by the Andhra Pradesh government. So remember, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, that is the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, launched this app that is known as AP Police Seva app. AP stands for the Andhra Pradesh. So you can lodge the complaint online and to monitor the status of the complaint online. So this can be done through this app, that is the Police Seva app. Now moving to next question. The International Day of Sign Language is celebrated internationally on which day? This is again very important question, mark under important, because this day is very important. That is the International Day of Sign Languages. So why this day is celebrated? So very simple. This day is observed to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all deaf people and other sign language users who are using the sign languages. And in 2020, this is the 3rd edition of the International Day of Sign Languages. And what is the theme of the sign language? Sign languages are for everyone. Sign languages are for everyone. And the day is celebrated across all over world, that is on 23rd September. So it is 23rd September. Mark the answer C, that is the 23rd September. You have to remember the theme, that is the sign language are for everyone, not only for the deaf people. But you have also remember that the day corresponds with the International Week of the Deaf. Now, what is the timeline of the International Week of Deaf? And the timeline is 21st September to 27th December. And in middle there is a, you can say 23rd September is celebrated as the International Day of the Sign Languages. But International Week of the Deaf is the 21st September to 27th September. So remember this also. So there is also an organization at the world level, that is the World Federation of the Deaf. World Federation of the Deaf, and headquarters is in the Finland. That is the Helsinki. Moving to next question, and it is again from picture. Very famous actor, that is Asha Lata Vabgaonkar passed away. Asha Lata Vabgaonkar passed away. I think you know her very well. Who belongs to Maharashtra, I think knows very well that she belongs to the Satara district of Maharashtra. She was 79-year-old, but due to COVID-19, she died. So remember this, she was very much important face for the Marathi film industry and very much loss for the Marathi film industry. So moving to next question, and Mount Everest legendary snow leopard, that is Angrita Sherpa, passed away. So you can see his picture, that is the Angrita Sherpa passed away. He was mountaineer, and he was also known as the snow leopard. This is very important. This word is very important, that which person is known as the snow leopard, that is the Angrita Sherpa, and he belongs to Nepal, and he was that person who scaled Mount Everest, that is the world highest peak, 10 times without bottled oxygen. And you can also remember that one more info about him, that he was also recognized as the first man to climb Mount Everest in winter, and it is without supplemental oxygen, and that was in 1987. So remember this also, I am repeating again, he was first man to climb Mount Everest in winter without supplemental oxygen, and he scaled Mount Everest 10 times without bottled oxygen. So these two things are very important, and I think you will remember this news, that is Angrita Sherpa, and he belongs to Nepal. He is also known as the snow leopard. Move to next news, and it is basically not a news, it is a information, that United Nations UNCTAD, that is United Nations Trade and Development, predicted that Indian economy will be contracted by 5.9% in 2020. So this is again a new organization that predicted Indian economy will be shrink by 5.9%. Now in yesterday class I already told you about the development in 2022, that is the 19%. India will grow by 19%. It is by the finance ministry data. So remember this also, and this is United Nations data, so you can remember also this. So 5.9% will contract in 2020. And where is the headquarter of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development? That headquarter is in Geneva, Switzerland. Remember this. Moving to next news, and this is G20 Saudi Arabia, because in 2020 G20 chairmanship lies with the Saudi Arabia. Remember this. And there are 19 countries and one European Union. It means one organization and 19 countries are member of the G20. And where is the headquarter? There is no permanent headquarter of the G20. Remember this also. And Piyush Goyal ji also participated under this G20 Saudi Arabia Trade and Investment Minister meeting. No need to remember this who participated in meeting. Just remember the name of the minister and which the questioner is asking. That is, if it is related to trade and investment, then it will be attended by the trade and investment minister. It is related to culture, then it will be attended by the culture minister. Just remember the keyword, that is the G20. Chairmanship lies with the Saudi Arabia. BRICS chairmanship lies with the Russia, and that is the ASEAN chairmanship lies with the Vietnam. BRICS chairmanship 2021 will go to India. Remember this also. BRICS game will held in India, Haryana, Panchkula. And Khelo India Youth Games also held in Haryana, Panchkula in 2021. So these are very important information which I am telling you. And this is all for the day. I think you understood all the news. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, guys, please subscribe. And guys, please provide 300 likes, because it will motivate us and we can make more topics for you on the burning issues, on the perspective of the GS section. And it is Affairs Cloud PDF promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. And it is my personal promise that if you watch videos regularly for 1 month, and if you are reading our PDFs daily for 1 month, then you will be no more you. It means you will become a very knowledgeable person, and you can clear the exam, and no question from the current affairs will get wrong. And it is Affairs Cloud and my personal promise to you. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.